can you like click my face?
Yep.
Does a box appear?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How does it look?
It looks great.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably have like this here and drinks here. I need to get my water and coffee.
You get so confused when you leave the frame. Oh, there we go.
I don't think I'd even want to like do like an intro at all. Here's what we're letting go of. Self-doubt. Judgment of others. Ooh, yeah, that's a hard one for me too. Anxiety with very intense scribbled underline underneath. My tendency to stop something before it's even started. I've been starting to label things as like creative hurdles. They're almost like very much these shared experiences that everyone will go through at some point on their way, on the creative path of figuring out what they want to make in the world. Accommodating manipulative behavior. Yeah, I just spoke about this in the last one because this really frustrates me, where I'm realizing so many toxic people are, I don't want to say existing because of the accommodation of them, but a lot of them are almost like allowing that to be the excuse or the reason why they can keep doing it. Because if this person is tolerating it, clearly they're not that bad. If this person doesn't have a problem with it, and like the person does have a problem with it, they're just not speaking up to them because they're either afraid of them or they just are like not wanting to cause a problem. But because of that walking around them, it is preventing them from actually getting faced with their toxicity. Being alone, yeah, becoming more and more painfully common. Oh, I don't know in what context, but the love of my life. That feels very heavy. Letting my mind control my emotions and feelings in a bad way. Live life. People pleasing and being scared to ask for more. And they put too. Overspending, lol. A lot of things to let go of there. Terrible friends. I really want to normalize would be the way to say it, or like just make the new way of phrasing it. I don't like when terrible and friends are said in the same sentence where it is like, okay, then they're not your friends. If they're terrible in some capacity, they clearly shouldn't be your friends. And there's a weird way to like continue to label them as friends is like then almost making you feel like you need to force this thing. But if you're labeling them as terrible, why are they your friends? There's sometimes you have circles where you just can't avoid certain people, like that is an issue. You can have the friends that you really like, but then you don't like the friends that are the outer edges of the circle, but you get to control what capacity of friend they are to you. So don't allow them to be your friend. Feeling like I don't deserve to take up time. Taking up space or time, yeah, that's a big one, where my assumption through my experiences with counseling would be anytime you grew up in the experiences where as a kid you were shamed, attacked, or degraded for taking up time or space. And so it really trained this pattern within you that is something you should be very cautious of, you should be very hyper aware of, and you should be feeling eternally shamed for ever thinking to waste anyone's time or space, when you aren't a waste of time or space. You are exactly the time or space you need to be in the moment that you are. Depression, it's killing me. They wrote depression at first, and then they intensely crossed it out, and then chose to write it again. That is a very heavy one, and you will get through it. Other people's thoughts on my life plan. Yeah, that can be difficult, trying not to let the way in which other people either want you to live or believe you should live getting in the way of the way you know you want to be living. To stop procrastinating about finding a job, to be positive in life, it has been hard. Fear of change and perfection. I wonder if those go hand in hand, actually, because in general, that does feel like it's this overall resistance to let go of expectations in some form or let go of control in some capacity, because there is this kind of craving with both change and perfection to have full control. And labeling things as like creative hurdles is very interesting, where this seems to be something that like a lot of creatives will embrace further down the path of, hey, change just happens. Hey, perfection is like a death trap to try to get into, and they've almost overcome these things, and that is how they're now able to create. It's very interesting where it feels like so many of us are on the edge of being a creator, and we just have these barriers in place preventing us from truly unlocking that. Losing myself in my attachment to people I love too much, and I'm afraid to lose. All love is borrowed. Ooh, all love is borrowed is a powerful way to phrase it. But it's almost like a bleak way to phrase it, because I think a kinder way to phrase it is like, feelings come and go or people die. That's like a blunt way to phrase it, but that's like to say love is borrowed almost creates this like narrative heaviness to it, when it is more just the reality of the situation. It's just like, hey, feelings fluctuate and people can die. And those experiences are very heavy when they come and go, but it doesn't mean that we can't process them in the capacities that they are. It's harder the more of a narrative we attach to it, but it still is going to be a hard experience, so I don't want to invalidate that. Things I can't control. Being lazy about improving health, which sucks, because I don't like ones that I didn't write down, but then deeply hit me where it is one that I need to let go, because I feel like I'm getting attacked a little. Yeah, that is a heavy one for me too, where there's the cheesiness of like saying, oh, you gotta listen to your elders, they have so much wisdom. But this is something that I will hear old people say all the time that they're kind of fucking right about. You gotta respect your health, like you gotta respect your body, because they're the ones that see what happens when you don't. And they're kind of preaching it to us as this warning of like, hey, please have your vitamins. Like, my body aches every single time I pee, begging you to have a healthy diet, because they're the ones experiencing the fallout of not having one. Guilt. We're letting go of guilt. That can encompass so many things. Road rage. I don't have much to say on road rage other than like, it's good that you're letting go of it. Stress of unemployment. Yeah. That is a very static, open-ended, anxious place to be in. Anxiety. Speak of the devil. Procrastination. And then they put like the dead, like X, eyes, blank face. Ignorance. That can be frustrating. There's a certain like degree of ignorance, or maybe like an association with ignorance, because it's not necessarily ignorance itself that is the problem. It's when a person like continues to be ignorant, and when they make no efforts to no longer remain being ignorant. Willful ignorance. I'm ignorant of so many things. And that isn't itself the issue. It's if I hear something that is very important to a person that is important to me, and I just don't choose to remember or choose to learn over time, then that can become a barrier where you're never actually seeing the person. Pain. Letting go of pain. Could be emotional or physical or both. Past life / wrong decision. That's tough, the wrong decision thing too, because like that can be such a like putting needless pressure on such a like choice point in your life, where I can get having this hindsight where you're like, oh, this is what I should have done. In a weird way, it can't possibly be the wrong decision. Like, to imply there was a right decision means that you had the capacity or able to do it. And if you were able to do it, then you would have made the right decision. And so you can have this hindsight understanding to validate that of like, oh, that was really a poor decision. That did not work out in my favor. But to be like, nope, I made the wrong one. Oh my God, I should have made that one, and just continue like beating yourself up on that. You didn't make that one. You're not going to benefit from having this just like story you're telling yourself that if you had just made the right decision, then it would have worked out. Oh, they dated it. That's cool. And they put their name that I don't want to look at because I don't know. I don't want to know who it is. I want to let go of unhealthy attachments to people, places, and things. I really like more and more I'm seeing the phrasing of unhealthy attachments, because attachments aren't inherently unhealthy. They will carry with them an element of inevitable grief when you lose them, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That's just part of life. When things or people that you love die, you're going to be sad. And that doesn't mean don't love them. It just means, hey, have support systems in place for when that inevitably happens. And then it can be fun where you're getting to have these beautiful experiences of getting to cry with friends and family and make art through it, even, especially too, if you have the capacity to do so. Like, there's so much beauty that can come out of these heavy experiences. But when there's these unhealthy attachments on top of them, that's when it tends to carry these like very wild whirlwind experiences where you're not prepared to handle them because you're giving too much of yourself into people or at a specific person. And so you don't actually have the individual capacity to just exist as a human being. I think that was the last one. Oh no, there's one more, which I think, and I'm not going to say whether it is or not, but I wrote one and it might be mine. My need to be perfect. I'm very tired. Cut to me at the fire. I think that was cool. Gonna make this so quick because it's getting so dark out and the moon looks lovely. I love being out here. I need to clear away the pit. I just realized, and I hope it's not wet. Need to make sure I get all of them in there for any community fans. Okay. Let it all go. So nice. Oh, don't go out. No. There it goes. Sometimes it doesn't want to catch the rest of them on fire. It's so beautiful when the writing is like face up, seeing the writing like disappear slowly. Oh, that's nice. There we go. That's so beautiful. Oh, I love fire so much. Such a good one too. Oh, and they all burned so perfectly. Normally, like, they don't like to burn all the way fully. That was such a good one. Oh, that was such a nice one. Oh, smoky now in my eyes. Oh, I want to make sure that's all out. Oh, God. Oh. Beautiful. Until next time. See you later.